Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. On that Pittsburgh sideline, a look there at the Steelers head coach. His guys need to get this turned around. 1-5. Disappointing start to the season. His counterpart on the Ravens side is John Harbaugh. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. We are set for a good one. Off we go here in Baltimore. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, Greg, from North Carolina State.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on 4th down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Steeler first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to another first down. He'll step out right at that first down marker.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
with good blocking leading the way. He's got the first down inside the 25.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the
throw left side, going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
He's coming off such a strong performance last week, Mike, where he did a little bit of everything. Throws for 3 touchdowns, ran for another, but most importantly, leads his team to the big win. I'll tell you what, he has his eyes set on trying to do the same thing here over these next 4 quarters.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Here we go, here we go.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
Ravens sending the punt team out there as this drive quickly stalled out. So he's on to punt. Away. To return is Johnson. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. The Steelers offense and their running back set to go once more. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a pickup of 12. That's a Steeler first down. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? We'll be back in Baltimore after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 7. Now, faking the give. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. His kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been doing it through the air and on the ground this first month of the season. Currently leading the NFL in rush yards by a quarterback. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At the 36-yard line.
To the ground, a first down run. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Steeler first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Now a give up the middle, and this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. That's a Steeler first down.
17-yard line.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That his second TD catch of the season. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Steelers are out to a 10-0 lead.
Ravens nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10.
Ready? Go!
One of the tight ends motions right. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. He'll push forward for about a yard. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle.
Okay,
here's 2nd and 9.
Ready?
He'll drop to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. Look at the big guy rumble. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big play there for Baltimore. It covers 51 yards.
At the 13-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. The PAT, up and good. And the Ravens are on the board. It's 10-7.
Ravens 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. A throw right side is intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Now, the extra point. It's up and good. And the Ravens are on top. It's 14-10.
14. Steelers 10.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Williams now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin then. Steelers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. They'll try to hit him with a screen.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
It is 2nd and 9. They'll try to set up the screen here. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter. They need 8 as they come up for third down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams trying to defend in the red zone. Look at this graphic. Second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a QB. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49.
Come on now, that's just unfair. You're asking them to stop a fullback cold. All he needed was a couple inches to pick up the first down. Mike, I think if they run that play 10 different times, he's moving the chains.
On the give, it's Goodson. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
I think that's just a case of a right call at the wrong time, Mike. You typically want to run a draw in more of an obvious passing situation. In this case, the defense was expecting run, and they're able to just eat up that draw.
This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It's a big one for the Ravens. It's a gain of 34. Handoff here, up the middle, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game from.
Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's third down.
No gain on the play. It's third.
Here we go.
One of the tight ends in motion right. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The kickoff team is out of the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back set to go once more. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
He completes it to Marshall. That is well done there, converting on 3rd and 15. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now a give on the ground, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down. A handoff as they try to run it here. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. That one knocked away. And it's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Ravens are going to get the football at their own 40.
Intercepted. Turnover on down.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the
Ready?
42-yard
Ready? 19, target.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Ready?
Look at this. They go with their tight end on 3rd down. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
12 yards.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up a fresh set of downs.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Short game, down to the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard
Here now,
line.
2nd down
A gain of
and
3.
goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
70.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him.
He was taken
A loss
down
on the
behind
play,
line of
back to the
scrimmage.
9-yard
A loss
line.
of 2 on the play.
You know, at
It's
this
3rd
point, the
down
defense
and
has
goal
to
go.
sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown, Ravens.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Here's good. Makes the score Ravens 24, Steelers 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's into traffic, but taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd down and 3. The throw here is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. They'll throw out of the gun. They'll drop this one down to the fullback. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still 1 timeout left. Final minute, 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. He's going to look for the home run ball.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? and they were ready, and they took him away.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh there, the Super Bowl winning coach of the Ravens, as his guys get ready for their next possession. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on